Thank you for tuning in to Uncommon Women, a podcast that provides a platform for women of all walks of life to share their upbringings, life lessons learned, experiences, and journeys to come. Uncommon Women speaks on topics that can relate to all women. We share, we listen, we laugh, we cry, and we empower each other to be the best uncommon woman that they can be. Ultimately, we are cultivating a global movement of women supporting women. Women supporting entrepreneurship, relationships, self-love, and so much more. We inspire each other to make an impact on this world for the better. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Uncommon Women. Now, finally, grab a seat, get comfortable, and hear from your wonderful hosts, Shanira and Jenny Lee. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Uncommon Women. I'm Shanira.
And I'm Jenny Lee.
And today we have an amazing speaker who's going to share her journey of being a single mother. For those single mothers out there, it is our day today. If anyone's ever experienced being a single mom and just having the pressure of being a parent was being too much. Anyone that's ever wanted to give up or just didn't have any help and was struggling with being a single parent, today we're going to actually hear Brandi Johnson's story, which she actually started a nonprofit for single parent families called Save a Parent and Child to help financial, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. But before we get into her journey in being a mother and also starting a nonprofit, she's going to share a little bit about herself and some fun facts about her that we don't know about. So thank you so much for coming on, Brandi.
Thank you for having me today, Uncommon Women. Of course, I'm from Newnan, Georgia. I have a 6-year-old daughter. As like you said, I have my own nonprofit organization to help single parent families. I also wrote my first book. It's getting ready to get published. It's called Stay Motivated as a Single Parent. So it should be getting ready to get published very soon.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yes, congratulations.
How long was your journey in regards to writing your book?
It didn't take me very long. I actually had a moment where I was actually like at night, and I actually had wrote out like a business plan, and the idea came up that I should like write like a devotional book that like had like topics to talk about a way that I can motivate single parents, and then in the back, it actually like 10 pages for the journal part on each topic to express their feelings on how they feel about the topic.
That's dope.
So it was very
crushing goals.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. Just let me know when you finish the book, and we can actually promote that on our platform as well. We're all about uplifting and supporting you.
That's right.
Before we get into your journey, can you tell us a little bit about your life and how was it growing up?
As I was growing up, it was great. I had a good relationship with my parents. My mom, she worked maybe 2 to 3 jobs to help take care of me and my brothers, making sure that we was in school, making sure we were having good grades, and we was doing sports. Me and my oldest brother, we ran track. My other brother, he played football. So it was a good childhood for me.
So your mother was a single parent as well, is that correct?
Yes. Her and my dad got a divorce, but they was still, we would still have, good, relationships with both parents. Okay. My dad, he's still in my life, and he was there for us. But it really wasn't a bad situation. But she was a single parent, so she had to do her part. So she worked for like 2 or 3 jobs to make sure that we had what we needed, making sure that we had everything for as like practices and everything else in school and all of that.
That's good. That's real good. Was it just you and your brother that you have, or do you have any other siblings?
I have 2 older brothers. I'm the baby, actually.
Oh, okay.
were definitely spoiled, and you the only girl too. I know you were spoiled.
Yeah. So with this, with the separation of your parents, did you feel any type of way, or were you okay with it? Who are you closer with in relationship?
No, I didn't feel any type of way.
Okay.
I mean, as I got older, like I understood everything. So I mean, it really wasn't an issue. So
okay, that's good. So
are you close to both? I'm sorry, Shanara.
Go ahead.
Are you close to both your parents, or your relationship okay with both?
I'm close, really, really close with my mom.
Okay.
I can talk to her about any and everything. I see her every day, so it's not an issue with her. It's not an issue with my dad. It just I can't talk to him about everything. Like I can talk to my mom about everything.
Right.
You just more comfortable with one parent. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a good relationship with both of them.
Yeah, I get that. I have that with my kids too.
I get it. It's just certain things you can't talk to both. I got both parents too, but there's certain things I'll go to my dad versus going to my mom. And I think it's
definitely
just the trust and the transparency when you have those conversations with your parents too. It's easier to or relevant to what you guys discuss. But that's good that you have a great relationship with your mom. That's awesome. So let's get into, your journey now. How did you find out you were pregnant?
It was really, really weird. Cause I had an issue with my menstrual cycle. So I really didn't pay it any mind. I was just like, oh, I'm late on my cycle. And then my mom, she paid attention, but she didn't say anything. She was like, you haven't came on your cycle because I haven't seen any, tampons or anything in the trash can. So what's going on? I was like, I think I'm just late, Mom. I think I'm late. And she was like, you know what? You need to go get you a test. So I just went to the dollar store the next morning, got a pregnancy test, and I took it. And I actually found I was pregnant November 19th, 2020. And I actually remember the date, which is so weird. But that's how I found out.
And what emotions did you have going on? Well, first off, your mom pays attention a lot to detail because I would be like, how she know what
I know, she sure does.
She be on her P's and Q's. Shout out to your mom. What emotions were you going through when you took the pregnancy test? Did you guys take it together or did you take it on your own?
I took it on my own because actually, she was still asleep. And I took it and I was like, oh my God. And when I looked at it and I was like, should I tell her or should I wait to tell her? And then next thing you know, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell her. And I was scared to tell her because I didn't know what she was going to think. But I was scared for the most part because I was going to be a first time mom. And then not just that, I was like, I don't know what the reaction is going to be for her father. I don't know how it's we're going to, get into it. But I was scared at first, but I finally grew into the situation and I understood. And I was like, everything's going to be okay.
So
that's a good way to look at things. Go ahead.
It sure is. I can agree. So when you told your child's father, how did he react? How did he, what was going on at the moment?
It was bad. I'm not gonna say bad, but that's my mom right there. It was
Hi, moms.
When I first told him, he was like, I'm not ready for no more kids. And I'm like, huh? And I was like, well, the consequences behind it because you knew I wasn't on any type of birth control at the time. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I told you, what are you going to do? He was like, okay, well, I don't have no choice but to, take care of the responsibility. But at the same time, it was like basically like he was saying like he don't want to be there. That's how I felt then. But it's better now. But back then it wasn't.
Okay. What emotions were you going through when you heard his reaction? Did you feel like emotional, or were you just angry, or did anyone suggest maybe getting an abortion? What things were you actually going through at that process?
I literally like my emotions like dropped down because I was like, oh my God, I'm about to be out here by myself with the child. And her father saying that I'm not gonna. I mean, he's basically saying he was basically saying like I'm not ready for any more kids. I'm not gonna be there. Or, like that's how I felt. But I don't know. It's just I mean nobody never had said anything about an abortion because to be honest, I wasn't gonna do that anyway because I don't believe in abortion at all.
That's good.
I think it's very harsh for an innocent child because no child have never asked to be on this earth, so no.
So going through the pregnancy alone, how did that make you feel that you're starting to grow a bump and going to your doctor's appointments alone, and obviously you had the support of your mother and father, and you had a support system, I could tell.
Mhm.
But even with that, at any point, how did you feel like like this is not what I expected to be a single parent?
It was rough. I had my moments where I cried and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm really finna be a single parent." That's how I felt because I was going to doctor's appointments by myself. I was buying stuff that she needed by myself, and it's like my brothers and my dad and my mom helped me out. Um, I did the baby shower by myself with my parents and my brothers, the same support system that I have. It was very hard because I had moments where I just wanted to like try to like give up, but I didn't give up because I know I had a child looking up to me. So this my biggest motivation is my child and also God because if I leave this earth, like I just feel like she's not gonna have anybody. To be honest,
Mm, mm.
she's looking up to me, so I got to stay strong for her.
And that's good for you to look at, the glass half full instead of empty, knowing that you're about to bring a child in this world and you are raising the next generation. So all you can do is be strong, which is amazing.
Right.
Did you have any complications during the pregnancy or your delivery?
The pregnancy, I didn't have any complications at all, which was good. Like
That's a
like a
good
lot.
thing.
Yeah, like a lot of things. A lot of mothers, they be like, I had a lot of like morning sickness, and I didn't have no morning sickness at all. I just had like a lot of heartburn and indigestion, and I slept a lot. That was about it. But like delivery, it wasn't rough. It
Oh
really
my
wasn't
goodness,
rough.
so jealous.
I was about to say, delivery is the part that you like, woo,
It really wasn't rough. It was just that okay, it was so weird because that night, like I was hurting really bad. But like early part of that day, I was at my grandmother's house and my mucus plug came out. And I was like, Mom, what is this? And then she was like, that's your mucus plug. And she was like, oh my God, we might have a baby tonight. And so then I went to the emergency room and they was like, okay, we're gonna check you and make sure you haven't dilated, a lot. So they checked me and they saw me on the phone. So I walked around my neighborhood like at least like 3 to 4 times, and then I took a bath that night. Soon as I got out the tub and I sat on my bed, I felt it when it popped, and I ran to the bathroom and like the rest of it just like rushed out. And I already had my bag packed. So like we rushed to the ER, and they took me upstairs, and we stayed in the triage room at least all the way up until like 3:00 that morning.
Wow.
And like when it was like time to push, it was like I was hyperventilating, and they had to give me a mask and everything. But I didn't have her until like 4:50 the next day, and like her head like kept going back in. I was like, oh my God, I'm tired. But she finally came out. But it really wasn't hard though.
When you went to the hospital, were you dilating at all?
I was at
How hard were you?
When I went, I think I was like a 3.
Oh, so they had to induce. Okay.
Yeah, I was like now they waited like a long period of time to like give it time to like actually work its way through.
Okay.
And she like kept like checking, like she had like a strip, and she was like, if it turns blue, then we'll be able to move you to another room. And it was like 3:00 in the morning, and then like it just started moving along. So they gave me some type of medication to make it, move really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they also gave me a ball that I had to put between my legs to make her come down even more. So it really wasn't hard. It was just like it was a long process. So I was in labor for like at least 18 hours.
Wow.
Now let me ask you this: before you went to the hospital, did you try to make yourself go, like taking the walk, taking the bath? Because I know I looked up some stuff like, okay, how can I make my water break? And I did the same thing you did. I got in the bath and then it broke the next day. So were you looking at things, or it was just your natural routine?
I was trying because she was actually due 2 days before my birthday. My birthday is tomorrow, actually.
Oh, happy
early birthday.
Thank you. And I was like, you know what? I'm so tired. And I was like feeling so miserable. So I was like, I'm gonna try to have her. So like I actually did everything. Like I even drank prune juice. I drank prune juice, and I did like a long walk up a hill. And then like later on that day, I did some more walking, and I took a bath, and it was over with.
It was a wrap.
At least you guys got to look. At least you guys got to look at stuff. I was asleep on my bed when my water broke. I literally woke up in a soaky bed with my daughter. So that was not a great experience. So I give it to you guys.
Yeah, when I had my son, it wasn't a big burst of my water breaking. It was like a leaking water balloon. I was like, why do I keep peeing? Like, why can't I stop peeing? And I called my sister. Thank God she's not a doctor. She's like, oh, you're fine. You don't need to do anything. So I was just like, let me call my doctor. And my doctor was like, no, you need to come in the hospital. And thank God I did call the doctor. She's like, oh, well, I just thought, and it was just like everybody's pregnancy is different. So that's good that you got your mama by your side too. She's you have a great support system with you.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's awesome. So after giving birth to your daughter, and how did everything go? I know obviously the family was happy, and I know you were ecstatic. How did the father ever try to reach out at any point to see how you were doing, how the baby was doing?
Okay. After I had her, well, prior to that, I'm gonna take it back. He was saying like he was denying her. So he came to the hospital actually, like, because I stayed out there like 3 days. He came out there the second day. He actually seen her, and he was like, so what you think? And I'm like, huh? What you think? Like, she is yours. Like, what you mean? And then like he started like coming over. Like when I went home, he actually, stayed a couple of days to help me out with her. And my family, they was happy. They was spending time with her. It was just that it was bittersweet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, okay. It was nice, but it was just that it was just so weird because like all the stuff that I was going through with my pregnancy alone, and then like and after I had her, and then like it started to get a little better, and then like it was just it was bad after that. After like a couple months, it was really really bad between me and her father, but it was okay. It was better.
Okay. Okay. I
And it
mean,
may have
it
also
just,
just been the tension too, like the
mhm,
tension
yeah,
between both you guys, just, bringing a child into the world and not really knowing what to expect too. Cause like,
yeah.
as humans, we
Hmm.
don't have manuals and we don't know what to expect.
No, we
So
don't. Not at all.
it may have also been the emotions and all types of things going on. But I'm glad, God has been with you during your journey and he was able to
Yes, praise
strengthen
God.
you through your journey, and everything's moving smoothly with your daughter's father. Did you have any challenges, or did you experience any challenges, or are you experiencing any challenges while you're raising your child on your own now?
Um, yes. I say financially, yes. I had like, I mean, being a single parent is not easy at all. You have your moments where you're struggling like mentally, you're struggling financially, you're struggling emotionally. Like it's been really hard. Like it has been times where I actually like I lost a job, or and I try to make ends meet. I had to like do Instacart, to make money, to make ends meet for my daughter, making sure that she had food in her mouth and clothes on her back. It's like it was hard, and it's been hard moments, and it been moments to where like I cried in front of her, I couldn't hold back, and I just had to explain to her like I'm okay, but by prayer, I thank God every day that I have made it this far, and I'm not giving up at all.
Mm, that's awesome. Um, did I ever, at any point, did you ever feel like you wanted to just give up? Because obviously being a single parent, it's hard, you know.
Hmm.
And did you feel like you were too overwhelmed at one point and you just wanted to give up at any point?
Yes, ma'am. It's been times like I had to call my mom like late at night, while my daughter was asleep, and like talk to her and like, Mama, like I'm trying so hard to stay strong. I'm trying so hard not to give up. I know my baby need me. Like, can you please talk to me? Like, I even though I pray to God every day, but you still need that person that you can
Hmm.
talk to on earth.
Yeah.
They can like relate. They can understand you. And it was some times where I wanted to give up and stuff like that, because like I had like a couple jobs where like they didn't last long, like especially like around COVID, like when COVID hit
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like I was just like, okay, how am I going to do this? And then it been times where like I had got my EBT, my snaps like cut off, like then they cut me down to like $80,
Wow.
and yeah, I had to like make sure she ate. Like I didn't care if I didn't eat, long as my baby like ate food and everything and she was good. So I mean, it was hard before to where I wanted to give up, but I did it.
Good.
Mm,
Praise God. I mean,
praise
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Did besides the support of your mother and your family, did you have any relationships with any friends or any other support system that helped you do through the journey of being a mom, or helping you now because you're still a mom?
Um. Yes, I have a special friend. Um. He been in my daughter's life since she was 2 months. Um. And she look at him as a father figure, actually. Like if she need anybody to talk to, like for his discipline, or he just want to talk to, like the help me out, he's there to help me out with her. So he helped me out. I have also some girlfriends that actually help me out, like if I needed anything, like to talk to them about anything, and they'll like talk to me and help me out. if I need it. So it was a couple friends that I have.
Okay.
And I also have a mentor as well. So she helped me out with a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Can you share some benefits of having a mentor? I think a lot of people have a hard time with, speaking to someone about their personal experiences and just don't feel comfortable. Can you share the benefits that you have with having a mentor?
The benefits that I have, it's really good. And I would recommend for them to get a mentor because, um, like I said, being a single parent is not easy. You're gonna have your moments where you're like mentally drained. You're not gonna have to where you're not gonna have anybody to talk to. And I just so happened that I've been knowing her like for a long time, but I didn't know her like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I actually seen what somebody posted her about her book, and she actually posted a flyer um about her business of doing mentoring and coaching. And I reached out to her, and she was like, I can mentor and I can coach you. Just give me a date, and I can set it up for you. It's 8 weeks. Um, she helped me out. We did activities about self-worth and
Mm-hmm.
confidence and everything. I had a journal where I actually talked to her about my problems and everything and expressed my feelings, and it really worked out. It really changed everything because like before I had her, it was bad. Like I used to be so emotional, so depressed and everything. But like since I had her by my side, like I can call her and text her about anything, and she is there to talk to me about my issues or about my business plans. Like because she have a lot of business as well, so
Mm-hmm.
she give me guidance and give me ideas on everything that I need so I can elevate in my life. So she's really good, and I recommend every single parent to get a mentor because it will help you out in your life.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely agree with what you're saying. We all need someone. We all need some uplifting and some encouragement, especially through rough times. Because being a parent ain't easy at all.
No, it's not.
Especially when they start getting into the teen years.
Yes.
I'm not ready for that.
Just be cautious. Be cautious, girl. Be cautious. So let's speak on what are some things that you enjoy about being a mother and, having motherhood? What are some things that you love and enjoy about being a mother?
Um, my daughter's smile, put a smile on her face. Also, when she's in school and she have like big accomplishments, I love that. Like like when she had got a medal for knowing 200 sight words, and she
Mm.
was so excited. She was like, "Mom, look, I have a medal for 200 sight words," and I'm like, I'm so proud of you. I'm happy for you, and like also like spending time with her, making sure that she's happy. That's what I like about being a mother.
Yeah, putting a smile on our child's face is like an amazing thing, and like we know that we created this thing, and
Yeah.
they start growing. Watching our children grow is like the most amazing thing as well. That
Yes,
is.
and then
And
like
then
when she tells
go ahead.
me like you're the best mama ever, like I'm like thank you. It's like she'll just come out of nowhere and just
My
hug me like,
goodness.
Mom, I love you. You're the best mother I ever had. And
Aww.
it'd be like the moments like where like I didn't had where like it's like she can sense that I'm having a moment, and then like she
Mhm.
just busts out and say it. I'm like, oh wow, but it puts a smile on my face.
That's good. And that's great that you're able to, have that relationship with your daughter and be able to connect with her in a way where she can be open to you as well and be like,
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mom, I did this in school, and she enjoys to make you happy. And I'm sure that makes you feel accomplished as a mom too, to know that you're
Yes.
doing an
Really
amazing
good.
job with your daughter and that she's excelling in school. So definitely be proud of you, no matter what struggles you've been through in the past, no matter what you're doing on your own. Just know that your daughter is excelling by the things that you're planting, the seeds that you're planting inside of her, and that
Yep.
she's able to, develop a good um, school education
Mm-hmm.
from the sacrifices of you. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
definitely applaud you for that.
Thank
Yes.
you.
What
Yes.
advice can you provide for single mothers? If you had to tell any single mothers that may have experienced anything as far as like having issues with the father's child, or just, doing things on your own, what advice can you give to single mothers?
I would say, just because you're a single parent, don't think it's the end of the world, because actually, your child gives you that spark, that motivation to where um you have to stay strong, and to where like you have to like you not give up at all, and do what you need to do as a mother, as a single father, and you're gonna have your moments, but it's up to you, if you want it to to help you grow, or you want it to make you, destroy you. But to never give up, and just, keep your faith and remain humble, that everything is going to be okay.
I like that.
Thank you.
And be patient with yourself. I think that's a big one
Yeah.
Yes.
too.
Yeah, you got to be
Be
patient
patient
with
with
yourself.
yourself, because
Stay
sometimes
focused.
you just
Yeah.
want
Be patient.
to jump
Hmm.
out the window. I know times where I was like, you know what, I'm done. But thank God I didn't. I'm still here, So just be patient with yourself. I think that's a good thing as well. Um,
Yeah. And not only that, just be always motivated. You always got to stay motivated. Just keep busy. Because, yes, we're going to have our challenges. But
Right.
these same challenges keep you motivated because, yes, we get in those moments that we already discussed about. We want to give up and overwhelmed. But you got to see that outlook on how far you've come and what you're
Mhm.
instilling in your child.
mhm,
Those are that motivation. You're like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this. And then just seeing, sometimes we don't always see the bigger picture, but the motivation and the determination, and that our kids see that. Once your kid sees that, that keeps them going. I want to be
Right.
like my mom. I want to be like my dad. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And because you're the prime example in their life.
mhm.
Always.
Hmm.
When
Yes.
you think they're not looking
So,
up to you, they're looking.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Exactly. Just not have, being a mother, a single mother, and enjoying motherhood. Uh, is there any accomplishments that you want to fulfill in the next couple of years for yourself?
I do. For my nonprofit, I want
Okay.
to. Can I say for my nonprofit, or
Yeah,
just
we
for my?
can go ahead and speak
Yeah,
on your
sure.
nonprofit
Okay.
and share everything, all the good stuff about your nonprofit, and
Okay.
tell us about your nonprofit.
Okay. Well, for my nonprofit, I'm looking forward to opening a local building down here in my community, and actually helping the single parents down here, where I actually have like every room for as like a food pantry, a clothing pantry, also having like a computer room where they can actually like, go on computers and actually try to find like resources for like shelter, jobs, and everything that they need. Also have like a conference room where I can actually have my mentoring in the building, and I can mentor my single parents and have my speaking events there. I also looking forward to like having my second book published.
Mm,
Yeah, that one is going to actually
That's awesome.
explain everything that I went through as a single parent, every detail from start to finish. Um, and it's going to actually like talk about like how it destroyed me and how it may help me grow. Um, and I'm looking forward to like, actually like speaking all over the world to help a lot of single parents. as well.
That's amazing what you're doing. You took your temporary struggle and actually shifted your thinking to be able to help others,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that's so selfless of you, because some people, sometimes we just get in our own zone and we just focus on ourselves, but for you to want to help others even though you're still experiencing it, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage for that, and I applaud you. And I pray that you get this building. I pray that you get building in a land, so maybe we can do some camps or
Yes.
something for
We're
kids.
declaring it and decreeing
Right.
it in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Yeah. I pray that everything just comes to light and everything runs smoothly for you, and that you're able to, speak lives into women that experience what you went through.
Right. I'm excited because I know a lot of great things are coming. I done had like a lot of people like reach out to me about collaboration and a lot of other stuff that I have planned as well. So I'm trying to get everything together so I can have set dates and
Mm-hmm.
the right things set for those events that I'm trying to do.
And if you ever need any help or any resources that we can help with, feel free to reach out. Once you finish your second book, we can bring you back on and we can promote that as well. Not a problem.
Okay. And I'm also once the book get published, I'm thinking about doing a book signing event.
Okay.
So I can actually like talk about the book and I can like make a lot of sales on it and everything. So I'd be glad to reach out to y'all and give y'all a copy of my book.
Yes.
I'll be happy to come to Georgia. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm all about traveling, so just let me know. Just give me a date out. Me and Jenny will be there.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
tagging her along. She's coming with me.
I've never been to Georgia, but definitely it'll be something new for me. um, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the single mothers and single fathers before we close out?
I basically said everything.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we have a question that we ask our guest speakers.
Okay.
What makes you uncommon?
What makes me uncommon is that how can I put it? What makes me uncommon is that I feel as if like for as me, like everybody help people, but for as my vision, I feel that I'm uncommon because God gave me this vision to pursue it to help single parents, and I feel as if like I'm gonna be uncommon to where that I will be able to help them the way that God want me to help them out and do the things that He want me, to do in His will. So I think that is the way that I am uncommon. If that answers your question correctly.
I love that. I love that. You're just trying to walk in the will of God, and
Yes.
that is something that is the most, something that we all should be doing, and you're definitely doing that. And thank you again for your testimony. And being a single mom isn't always easy. We've all been there. My kids are older now, so I've been there. I had two. So, but I applaud you for what you're doing with your nonprofit and everything else. And thank you. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Shinara, do we have any comments?
No questions. We do have some comments. We have Adrea that came on. She said, God gives us people, and we definitely define them. She's speaking in regards to the people that we have in our lives. So I definitely agree with that. And then maybe just a supporter. Do you know Brandi Johnson?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I'm like, y'all got the same name? Okay, blah moment, my bad. It's you tagging somebody. Okay, can speak that out. No, we just have some supporters. Your mom, thank you for showing up, Ramona. She came out and just giving us a shout out, and thank you for being a great support for your daughter and, you know, helping her through this journey of being a single mom and just making it easier for her, because without a doubt, being a single parent does not come easy. Like I said, it doesn't come with a manual of being a parent,
No, not at
and
all.
just making it easy for her and being that support system that she needs. I'm sure she appreciates you every step of the way. Go ahead,
I
Jenny.
can agree. Okay. Thank you again, Brandi, for coming on and sharing your testimony. And everyone that tuned in this evening, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out our self-love apparel at www.uncommonwomen.net. Also, make sure you come and check me out next week, August 2nd, on I have an amazing young lady, and she's going to come on and speak about breastfeeding awareness. Instagram Live at August 2nd again at 7 p.m. Central. Make sure you come and check me out. Also, if you want to come on and if you have any story or an advocate for any awareness, you can email me at uncommon3women@gmail.com. And as well, make sure you come in and tune in next week for another great testimony. And at 8 o'clock p.m. Central. And once again, everyone, stay uncommon. Bye.